Hello, fine folks, and welcome to Booghy Plays. Tonight I'm not talking. I'm not. Sorry, we're not playing. I'm talking a bit because I saw a video that Mr. Radut sent me, and I also wanted to do a bit of an update of what we are doing, and how we're just uh, moving around. Hello, D. Yeah, D opted out of being on screen tonight. She's off screen. She's there helping with the chat. So if someone else is coming by, I told also Radu if he's on. Um, oh, thank you. So I've seen some things, and which are those? I think you're the only one who's on, but hopefully, I know a few of the people who follow us maybe will see this video, and maybe some of the people who do not follow us. Um, I'm just just here to chat a little bit and talk a bit about what we are doing. We're going to do another playthrough tomorrow night, most likely, and then we will. Then for next week we will not do anything because we are we'll be off any duties. Having some tea as I always have. And I'll wait, maybe some other people will come by. Who knows? This was a very impromptu live that I did. Mainly because, we're not doing anything next week, and I didn't know when to squeeze another thing. And this day was a bit off. I had absolutely nothing else to do. I didn't want to watch anything. I didn't want to do anything. I just okay, let's do this because I've seen a video that Radu sent me from someone, um, and I would like to, um, yeah, I would like to speak a bit about it. Now, I do have some things that I would want to talk a little bit. And I would like to let me see if I find this. I will I will do something before maybe somebody else comes by. I'll have a look at the videos that we did since I did this last the since I did the last talk with some of you guys. And I want to go to the studio and I want to enter it and see the content. And let's see what we have here right now. Let's go. No, not this one. Not this one, dude. No, 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 no. Not that one, dude. What are you doing, dude? Discard. I'm doing some things live. D, I hope you're fine. Okay, now this is better. And I can place it like this. I think most likely you are seeing me right now, right? Uh, I want to go live. And I want to go. So since the last thing that we did, we did. Let's see the last chat that. Okay, that's good, because I'm doing some things. And if someone else comes by, please say hello and because I'm looking at other things, and I want to see how many playthroughs we did since our last talk. It was anything and everything. It was with Radu. I think it was in November 2025. Let me see if there was another one. No, no, it's almost the end of the year, so we talked about the end of the year. Since then, we have played. Let's see what we played since the end of the year. We played Broom Service. We did the top 10 streams. We did Arkwright, which was we had a bad stream on the 6th of January because of some updates that on drivers that did not work. So don't do updates on drivers, uh, and because it's just screws up everything. I sometimes I wonder if some people I have a bit of knowledge of how to, because I when I was in my 20s I worked as a computer technician, um, and I have a bit of knowledge of how to fix stuff, um, and things have not changed that much in 20 years, when it comes to Windows, at least. So Linux have changed quite a bit. So we had that issue, so we had to, and this really bugs me. But what can you do? I cannot have two computers which are ready to switch from one to the other to be sure that if this is not working, we're gonna move to the other one, and this one will most likely work, and so on and so forth. We just have one. And if I had more money, maybe, or more money to spend for the channel, probably I could do that to have all, yeah, to be able to just switch things very fast. But it's not the case. So as I was saying, this is Arc. So the draw Arkwright, and I want to speak a little bit about some of these games. If there's, I don't know, maybe when somebody comes by and have some questions, I'll also answer questions. But I want to speak a little bit about some of these games. I've said that I prefer to um, play some of the games that I really enjoyed this year more than I did last year. That's why I came from Essen with few games compared to last year, or yeah, less games that compared to last year. And Darklight is one of the games that I truly enjoy. Is one of the games that I am very happy to have in this iteration. I did a full review of this edition, and my review was, I hope it was pretty clear. It was as an anniversary edition, and why I don't see it as an anniversary edition, but I think this edition is, in a way, in a lot of ways, is a step forward comparing to the first edition or second edition, first and second edition, which are kind of the same. Uh, and but yeah, and what I have preferred they did with this edition. But again, it came from um, a person that really loves this game, and really yeah, hoped for an anniversary edition for, yeah, to which would have been a little bit more, I would say, a bit more which had a bit more artwork built into it, because there was practically, this is what I have wanted, more artwork, and the way that Brass managed to integrate artwork in graphic design. But I do like this game a lot, and it works as a two-player game. It's a little bit better with 3 and 4, of course, because you get more competition over things. But I still get a kick out of playing it, and I still love it. And I do hope it will get a bit more attention this edition. I've heard they will add, they will do an expansion, and they will add a few more things in that expansion. So why not do it? I liked everything that, or most of the things that they have added when it comes to the way the game plays. So yeah, do it and do it well. So this is a pretty fun game for me, and I highly recommend it. Let's see what else I have we have played that I'm a big fan of. Um, what are you doing? Let's see. Um, D, can you hear me fine? Is the sound good? Because I try not to speak very loudly. Let's talk a little bit about broom service. While I still wait for maybe some people will show up, and then I'll be able to. Um, can you see me fine, D? Yeah, I think you can see me fine. Hello to anyone who is joining us, and yeah, if you have questions or so, I want to speak a little bit about something about a video that I have seen, and yeah. Thank you. You have delightful writing fingers. You're funny. Um, yeah. So as I was saying, let's see what else. What other game? Broom. I was talking about broom service. Um, this is the Alexander Pfister that I think not a lot of people talk about. Everybody, when we speak about Alexander Pfister, we speak about Great Western Trail, we speak about pirates of some sorts. But although I don't know if this is 100% his design, I think it is a mix with Alexander Pelikan, I think is his name. Um, it is a very fun design, and um, it's fun to play, and is a family weight game plus. I would say if you add certain things, it will be a family plus. It will be a little bit more than just family, but it's a lot of fun, great interaction. It keeps you there. It keeps you. It can be annoying if someone will say will not play this as it is intended to be played, because you can give, if you don't, you need to cut people off, you need to do certain things in order to not let them have their best um, turn. But yeah, it's fun. It's very, it has a story built into it. It's fun to watch. I highly recommend playing this one if you get the chance. But that was before. I've played also Assyria second edition, which is, it's a fun game. It was just I think it has a lot of good things going for it. It just didn't captivate me. Um, you can feel that is an older hero, that it was brought into this world, in today's world, with beautiful graphics, beautiful artwork, and combos. You can do some combos. You can do some things. It's just, it just didn't grab me, um, and that's about it. It was not a um, yeah. It was just not for me. But I've heard a lot of people are enjoying it, so, but I can't like all the games. It is what it is. Now, speaking about the gallerist, we've played this one. I don't know if we messed up during the playthrough. We might have messed a little up during the playthrough with keeping all the with some of the tickets for Radu or something. I think we might have done a few things wrong because yeah, I was pretty tired and yeah. But it is a it's a game that I still like. I don't like it as much as I liked it in the beginning, I have to say. I have played this one, I think, since it came out, 2016, 2017. I got it really, really. Uh, uh, I would say I think this is 2015, and I got it in 2016 or something like that. So I've had it for a long, long time. I've played it many times, and there are some things that I don't enjoy, and some things that keep me not getting into the theme as much as I would have wanted. And I've talked about it. It's a Lacerda that aged well. I don't feel that is a game that needs something mechanically, needs something different. I think aesthetically needs a bit more warmth for me to like it more. Um, it's still the game that I highly recommend if you want to enter the Lacerda universe. Um, let's go Stupor Mundi. Let's talk a bit about this one because I have really liked this game. Now this was a midweight heavy Euro game that I have very much enjoyed. Apparently, this one wants to do some. Oh, we want 1080p. Um, this one was a lot of fun. The game can be really mechanical, but because you do some set collection, which creates engine building, which creates points, but it's so well drawn. It keeps you there in front of the table, and it's pretty easy to understand, pretty easy to play, pretty straightforward to play. So yeah, this was a game that Radu wanted to play, but it's very complicated with the card system. It's because the cards, practically you have a deck building system that will allow you to take actions, and I, yeah, it's not uber crazy. The deck building is not the same as it is in Great Western Trail, for example, but it's still deck building, and you need to go through your cards, and you still need to do some things, uh, and it's kind of hard to do it with Radu on the other side of Europe. So we said when he's coming by, we're gonna probably play it then because he really wants to play this one. So we're gonna give that to him because the game is really fun, and building this thing, your castle here really sets the mood of the game, which is really cool. Um, not I wouldn't say it's terribly innovative. But it's fun to play and really, really engaging. Let's see what else do we want. So Railway Boom. Uh, yeah, I like this one a lot. I did not expect, because when we started playing this one, I was, why am I playing this game? Why? Well, it surprised me in a way because it really keeps you engaged, and it's a trade game that is a tiny bit different. You can feel the the shoulders that it lives on, with the bidding for turn order, practically bidding for yeah, practically bid for turn order every time, and the bidding with half of the sum. You pay half, or you pay the whole sum, or you don't pay anything if you're last. I've spoken about the shoulders that it stands on, but it's really interesting. Um, I would, yeah, I would like to see more maps. It's fun. It's really fun. I genuinely did not think I will have that much fun with it. And if you like train games, this is a game that you might want to double check. Simple to learn, fast to play. Everything, practically all the rules are in front of you. Um, Clean graphic design, tool style. This is a game that does not really need artwork. It needs well done graphic design. So quite enjoyed it. Oh, Federation, yeah, I like Federation. Although um not a this is not my type of game, I have to say. I really because it is a dry Euro at its core. It's a very dry Euro game. But it's a very smart puzzle, and the way you place your meeples or your workers. This is a worker placement game. The way you place your workers, and everything is so simple to explain. Everything is, although it takes a lot of time to explain, the actions and everything that you do is straightforward, or are straightforward. It is true that you won't be able to play it well from the first, because it's one of those games, a mid heavyweight Euro game, that it's easy to learn for its weight, but not necessarily easy to play well. So you'd have to go through playing it once or twice, and then you're going to start to understand how to play it well, in order to um, because it's a bit of a sandbox from the beginning. You kind of um, yeah, you kind of know you have to create your own path. Because of that, you will wander around in the first few games, but after you understand how you score points, and after you understand how uh, you can go one way or the other, because you have those I don't know, 5 tracks, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 tracks practically. You have this a game with tracks, and but every track is more or less, they call it a planet, and you get different things from that planet. And they could have easily here have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks, and place and from and have, because you have four actions practically, which you can do. Here you have three, here you have a three, and they could have you could have placed a disc here, and you choose one of the four actions that you can take from here, and then you go to the next one and you choose. They could have did it this way, but it's more interesting with these little thingies. um, it's true that you do the actions that is on top, and yeah, but they could have found, they could have just uh, do just tracks, simple tracks, but they have chosen to go a little beyond, and it's a little bit more interesting with those sort of mini games that we have here. And it's a fun game that this could be a top 10 games that I never thought I would enjoy. That felt complicated to learn, and why am I learning this one? But yeah, sometimes it happens. You like certain games that are not the types of games that you usually like. For a shuffle Dartmoor, this is a game that Dee likes. This is her shtick, and she she gave me a heart beating in the game before this one. Uh, and I have played. I learned my lessons, and I said I'm gonna try to play my best game here. Try to because there are some things you can uh, yes, I did manage to win because I did bring my A game. This is a game where you can give things to your opponent. You can, and there are some things you need to take into consideration to not give your opponent certain cards, but you need to spend cards in order to play cards. Also, by playing too many cards in here on this forest, the game goes faster. If you draw from this pool instead of drawing from here, you lengthen the game. It's an interesting design. Not very complicated, but my main issue is I would have preferred it to be shorter. But other than that, I have enjoyed it, and I would play it with D anytime because I know she likes it, and it's not a game I'd say no, because there are some games that I know she likes that I am not that happy to play, but this one I'm happy to play, and this is a seller overall. And we played last night this one for the gods. And I didn't say this last night, um, because I forgot. I don't know because we didn't really do a review for it. We just had some thoughts. Um, yes, anytime. Uh, so this one, because Yulia, who's a follower of our channel, and thank you, Yulia, for following us, um, said in a comment that this might be work because Tower Up works well with two players, and because I said it's a bit of a cross between Tower Up and, I mean, this is how I see it. Probably the designers didn't even think about those games when they came up with this game. But this is what I went through. This is what my mind. This is what immediately. This is the feeling I got when I played this game, and Julia said that these kinds of games play well with two players, and I forgot to say that it really plays well with two players, and it's a bit more or a bit less chaotic. And if you enjoy less chaos, I think it's more interesting. It's very interesting with two players. It works well with two players. Um, Usually, players enjoy these kinds of games at maximum capacity. Four players, five players. This is, I think, two to four players. Um, yeah, it works well as a two-player game. So this is not a typical game for Booghy plays. This is a lighter game, which is in Radu likes these. These so, but Radu is a big fan of playing these kinds of games. He doesn't really want to put his brain to work. He does it for the channel, but he's kind of lazy. If he can be the laziest of them all, he will be. And when it comes to thinking in board games, and he really enjoys these kinds of games. So I think yeah, you can see that. But and Radu is the reason why I took the game and played it. Plus, it's good that we are some on a Kickstarter page. Yeah, uh, we like I said, it's not our bread and butter, but we do some of these lighter, which are fun because I really liked Tower Up, and Santorini I'm not a big fan of, but Tower Up I like Tower Up. I really like Tower Up, yeah. So this is what we played since our last talk. And now we are chatting. Let's go back. I don't know if anyone came by and have any questions. I would hope people will come by, but yeah. And ask some questions. But I wanted to speak a little bit about the fact that I saw a video that Radu sent to me, and it is a video made by. Let me see. Um, hmm, it's a video made by um it's made by let me see. I have to enter first. So it's made by a guy, and he's oh yes, of course I want to see advertising. Um yes, it's made by somebody which is Liège of Games, which I have absolutely no idea about what he does. Probably he does a does reviews for certain things. Um, for games, board games. And he talks about how Watch It Plays exposes false advertising. And there is practically a scheme. uh, there's a scheme. You can probably you can buy users, fake users practically. YouTube allows you to do that. And you can go from a few what we have to a lot or many more, many more views. Um, and probably a lot of people do it. There was another scandal at some point, with things like that. And in a way, I think the publishers are, I mean, not that they're at fault, but um, the way they do things is because of that. If a publisher just wants to see views, somebody can buy views, and they because no publisher has insight on videos, on how much those videos are viewed, or what the real engagement is, or things like that. They don't really have that. All they can see is lots of views, and those apparently can be bought. And the guy explains it very well. I think Rodney Smith from Watch It Played, because he discusses about they were working with somebody who says game night picks or something like that. There's a video which was and they were discussing how um, uh, to give them money for the advertising that they have on their channel, and the money that they get is per viewer, per view. And they practically, with the help of YouTube, they got more views than than they would have normally had, and practically they wanted to get more money. But so in Rodney Smith, in a way, exposes them the fact that they practically have had artificial views. Well, I'm not doing that. Uh, Probably if I would have done that, I would have had at least so the threshold is 1,000 subscribers usually, for publishers to take you a bit more seriously. And it's the easiest way. Having a thousand subscribers is the easiest way you can probably start even making money. And I think it would have been easy for me to do that. I have chosen not to. I have I prefer to just have my, I don't know, 100 views per video, which is kind of the for all certain games, older games, and so on, the types of games that we play here. Games that are not necessarily new, those get 100 views. Newer games, two, three, four, 1,000, they go higher. It may be 2,000, going around there, which for our small channel with 563 subscribers today, 300 563 subscribers of, I don't know, 3 4 days ago, then goes down to 560, then goes back to 563. um, Gain one or two, lose three, then gain two. And for our small board game channel, getting 2,000 views is a lot. But I'll try not to do that. But I had I had no idea you could do it. I also had absolutely no idea you could, and how you can buy, and how can YouTube help you do that. Um, because it never crossed my mind to do it. But my issue is that I think for a lot of publishers, they don't even look and don't even care what uh, reviewers do. And I don't think they even care about reviewers. I think they care more about just numbers, because they just do a marketing director or someone who gives a game, just say, okay, you get 1,000 views. So if you get those 1,000 views, they probably do the numbers and say, it works. But for our smaller channel, for example, if we get, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 in the end, for those are real numbers for us. It's here. This does not really get. Our channel is not really um, shown to other people on people's feeds, because it's the way the algorithm works. So usually, if you get on our channel, it happens because you either go through BGG, because we post there and you are interested in the game. So a lot of people who watches, if there are 500 viewers, those are 500 viewers usually are interested. And but in the end, I think it doesn't matter. Only in the end, only numbers win. And yeah, I have because only numbers win. And yeah, because sometimes I really try to struggle to see if, because I've been trying to do this for 4 years, maybe, yeah, 5 years soon, and it's just not happening for us. Um, it's or this is what I feel. It's just not happening. It's a lot of people start to explode, just explode. I don't know how they start with a few, like we do, and then and even on Instagram, they either buy them, and then because of the fact that some viewers see that there are more, they start saying that, oh, look, this video has 1,000 views or 2,000 views, that says it must be good. If they see a video that has 100 views on a smaller channel, they think, this must not be good, only 100 views. But yeah, and probably that's why they'll end up. So it doesn't, in the end, I have always had this idea: content first, everything else later. So I don't know. I'm just I have seen and seeing that people can absolutely buy things and everything can be so fake. Well, I'm not talking about uh, yeah, bigger channels. I don't think that, I don't know, Dice Tower or Rado or someone else does this. Most likely they don't. Um, they do other things, which I don't want to do, but um, I'm not interested. But um, yeah, and I don't know. I have really struggled, and I've already said it that I am a little bit in a dump, especially with I'm trying to move myself. I'm just taking myself. Like, you have to do this. You have these games. You have to go through them, and then we'll see. Um, because it's just I feel it's just not happening for us, and it's also very tiring. And we also have to, yeah, it's very tiring to do one more job. Um, and in the end I'll just have to accept defeat because it's just not happening. You cannot. I have always said that you need to be patient, and I have this is a mantra of mine. Patience is important. You need to grind. You need to. I have always done this in my life. I was always I was always someone who was looked over, and I was always someone um who was an underdog. This I have usually I have surprised a lot of people with things that I did, um, because of my, I would say, simple, or I say laid back in a way, nature, and not taking myself really seriously as people used to do, are used to do. I'm not that type. Um, but that doesn't mean that if I'm doing like that, I'm some sort of an idiot. And plus my nature that don't really uh, accept um, compromises and doing things for the sake of things, and probably the world doesn't function that way. uh and yeah, unfortunately there's no questions, and probably people are not interested, I think. Yeah. So I'm sometimes I ask myself if I'm still happy to play games, but there are certain games that some from time to time brings me the thrill of doing it. I still have fun. Um, it's not as it used to be. And I think that's normal. Um, plus, I'm not that excited to play games that do the same thing. Um, a rehash mechanism into other games. Um, y- I'm yeah, not not not. Yeah, you're listening. You're always listening. Thank you, D, for being there. Um, Yes. And this is, I mean, this is the thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit, but the fact that we won't be doing anything next week because we are off, um, and the fact that yeah, I've seen that video, and I had no idea what happened. Radu just sent it to me and said, "I think you're gonna find this interesting." And yeah, it's hard that at some point, and I have said this, I'm just tired of being a beggar. To beg, beg, beg. Take us into consideration. Take us into consideration. Um, I have punched above our weight. I think we have punched above our weight until now, but I am kind of tired. I was hoping to get to the weight, but um, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago when I have had a discussion with someone on my Discord and Discord server, and he said that when I said I of course I'm willing to put the time 3 4 4 years what it's needed 4 5 years maybe what is needed to to I don't know get a decent amount of viewers and views and probably and she said, "Oh, I would have given up a long, long time ago." I'm not that type. I don't give up easily. Sometimes, yeah, you probably have to, but not easily. You have to just. And in a way, I also I like I'm used to because I have done it since I was a little since I was little. I'm used to grinding and doing it, just doing it, just doing it, and learning from it and moving forwards and so on and so forth. Okay. Um. So, do I have any dropped frames? No, seems to be fine. Yeah. So tomorrow night, I think we're going to do something just to add a bit more content because again, next week we will not be doing anything. And yeah, who knows? We still have to go through the pile of games, and there are a few more games that we have also from last lesson. We have 15, 20 games that we need to go through, and I don't know. After that, I'll have to see because it's just I think the organic way is not going to happen for us, especially the type of videos that I do. Probably the long form content is not really interesting for a lot of people. Um, and we're not having giveaways. We're not, yeah, probably people are drawn more into that. I always say the best thing that I can give is my time, and that's not good for someone else. Well, probably I better give it to myself, or I'll end up doing it just for myself. Who knows? Um, yes. So, what can I say? It's it's really I hope there are very few channels who do that by views because if a lot of people do it and they do it with and AI will help with that, um, I don't know where this is going, and um, Publishers will need to curate also their lists, because yeah, if views are everything, and you'll be able to artificially increase with the help of AI everything. I don't know where this is going. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. For now, and seeing how everything is going in the world right now with video gaming and everything else, rare metals, base metals, call them whatever, materials, raw materials. Uh, I think board gaming will not be dying too soon. And I don't think board game media will be dying too soon, but I'm quite curious the direction is going to take. Because games have taken, in the last 15, 20 years, have taken a direction which is not necessarily bad, but the direction is making it shorter and try to to um, squeeze as much epicness as you can in the shortest time possible, which is, again, I don't think it's bad, um, but I don't know how you could do a playthrough. I don't know, maybe people will play around something, we do a playthrough of a round and make videos shorter, because the attention span of everyone is, is going down, and yeah, I don't know where it is going, because I don't know if you have seen, that, but there are creators which do not exist anymore, and there were some big ones who just said bye bye. There are the 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 ones that used to make how to play videos. There was a, game in a nutshell, I think. They're just not doing it, only if they get paid. They do, which is, I can understand why. I think Watch It Played only did uh, YouTube how to plays because they were paid. So probably it will be, the big ones will remain big ones, and uh, all other ones will slowly disappear because it's unsustainable. It becomes unsustainable, and if, I don't know, AI comes by, and I don't know what sort of a, channel they can do, and uh, do a do reviews and playthroughs, or I don't know what kind of different type of content they can create, based on, electronic the electronic game. I mean the BGA game, and something like, I hope you can understand what I'm saying, um, of the BGA implementation. Then um, probably, and if they do it faster somehow, I don't know, things can probably take a different turn. Who knows? Hello to anyone who might have joined me, because it's not us tonight. It's just myself. If you have any questions, I just ramble here all alone. Ideas about, about the fact that, there are channels that just bought views in order to get more money out of our advertising, because they got money. There's the this there I don't know if it was a scandal or not, of Rodney, that he came out and said, "Look, this is what happened," and so on and so forth. Um, and I was thinking that it's so easy if you really want to cheat the system. You can do it, and um, it reminds me of that idea that don't of the millionaires who say, "Don't tell me how I made my first million," which in itself is something that um, yeah, that says a lot. But then again, it's the world we live in, and we all have to find a way to live with ourselves, with who we are. And if cheating the system is what makes someone happy, it is what it is. If you want to be more pure in a way, you want things to be more pure in the way they do it. If you want to be a little bit different, it might happen, or it might not. In the end, you have to be happy with the outcome, or not necessarily happy, but yeah, you have to be at peace, at peace with yourself and with yourself and with the result. Um, and you have to, man, call it quits. Well, well, it's not too late. And this is that's I am really at a crossroads with myself right now, because I don't know. I still have some games that I need to put on the channel, but things are just not happening for us, and I'm debating myself while I wait for questions. If somebody comes with a question, of moving forwards, or just after I finish with everything, just put a stop on it and sleep more, at least sleep more, do something else with the hours I spend, and just play certain games that I am happy to play from time to time, and just lay it low. But for a there's why do I say it's a debate? Because I was always the type of guy who's who's used to fight for everything. I'm used. It's just my I if on a road there's that's a thing that I always say. I don't know if I said it here, but on a road, if there is just on the whole road, if there's just one stone and a whole pile of manure, I will step I will not step or what it is. I will stumble upon the rock, and with my nose in the it doesn't need to be a big one, a small manure, and I'll end up with my nose in it. I'm not the lucky guy who just goes somewhere and things just happen to him. It has been all my life. I had to work very hard for everything that I got. Nothing came easy. Uh, it is what it is. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Fleas Up. Uh, I'll answer both questions. Um, Andrew, it's easier to answer first, please, app, and then I'm going to answer yours. I did it in my mother tongue, and then answer yours because it's longer, Andrew. So, please, app. I did it in my mother tongue, 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 which is the Romanian, and I did it for 2018 to 2021. I did it for 3 years, and really nothing happened in this time. More, I was asked, why am I doing long form content? Why am I not doing it shorter? Why am I all? Why? in a way, there is a saying in Romanian which says nobody is a prophet in his own country. We Romanians, we do not. We have a way of stomping on everyone that did something good for this country. Um, there are I don't know, great footballers which are received with in a certain way where they have played outside this country, and here people tell them that they're just stupid and they don't know anything. There are um oh, you're from Croatia, yeah, things like that. So um I have tried to do it in Romanian. And think of this: since I have done this, there has been in Romania. I think it only appeared only one board game channel. We were two or three board game channels, and then came another one. And from the ones that started, there are very few that do. Practically right now, there is one or two channels that do anything in Romania. There's nothing to break through in Romania. I have asked. I have received now one game from a publisher, but there is a publisher, a bigger publisher, that have asked me if I want to cover their games. They have asked me to pay half the price of the game, and I kindly said no, I'm not doing that because I don't want to pay to work. And this happened also in Essen, for example, but I usually I refuse to. I just don't cover those games. Andrew, where are you, Andrew, from, by the way? And how did you discover us? So uh, about myself, I'm a. What do you want to know about myself? By the way, I am. Oh, Canada. I have some friends in Alberta. Alberta, yeah. Edmonton. Edmonton is in Alberta, right? I have some friends there. I said I want to visit. I want to visit Canada. I want to visit it. And I always said if I would go out of Romania, I would emigrate. I would probably do Canada. I would probably go to Canada. But when what happened in during the pandemic, when you guys were practically in a prison, I said, I'll think about it. Anyways, so what do you want to know about me, about myself? I'm a so my where do I start? I I'm a my my job. Not my. I call myself. I'm a film director. Um, I think I don't know. I think you can find. I still find my debut film and a photographer. I do both, and I can write film scripts. That is my no. This is what I know how to write. I have also written some uh, almost a whole book about my childhood. It's short stories, um, which I kind of need to finish once and for all, just to and try to give it to a publisher. Maybe they'll publish it. I don't know. I still have some stories that I need to shape a little bit because I think it's an interesting. I think I lived in a different world back then. I grew up in the. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, in a very different Romania than it is today, and probably if these app you can relate to that too. Um, if I don't know when you were born, yeah, we do mm, this channel is called Booghy Plays. It started in 2018, um, or late 2017, and it 1980. Well, yeah. Um, and I started. Yeah, we started late 2018. I started in Romanian because I wanted to have some content in Romanian. There was no content in Romanian. I was not doing very much back then creatively, and I wanted to do something creatively which would make me a little bit more happy. I was uh I was married to someone else. I was not with T back then. I was married to someone else. It was not a very happy marriage. We were struggling, and yeah, this. I was also struggling because I was not able to make the films that I wanted to make back then. Uh, Not that, anyways, some things, some projects just didn't came through, and I said, okay, I need to do something that makes me a little bit happy. And I started to do this channel, and I did a lot of videos which were in Romanian, and a lot. I did videos which were in Romanian and were the kind of videos that Radu runs through was doing, and is still, but he was doing in the beginning with the moving camera. And then in 2020, when the pandemic hit, I found myself with even more time than I thought, because 2019 I divorced. No, I didn't divorce. Well, I broke up 2019, and we separated. And gone through the separation. 2020 came, and everything shut down. And that was the moment when I had a bit more time to start doing more things on the channel. And I started to do more things, and in December 2020 I started to do live playthroughs. Until then I was filming and then editing. And yeah, I think it's a little bit better with static cams. And 2020, yeah, I started to do these live playthroughs, and I did them until I think 2022 in Romanian. And since 2021, I started doing it. I had, I think, English Wednesdays or something like that. Once per week, I try to do in English also. Mainly because it was the pandemic. I was not. So the pandemic started in March 2020, right? And I was not in contact with. I was not speaking the English language anymore. I was not contact with, I don't know, professionals and things like that. I was not speaking the. I was not speaking any foreign language. And I said, let's try to do this in English, just for me speaking in English, for me to speak in English, and just try get my brain back into this. Um, and yeah, I did. I started to do live plays because, as you say, Andrew, because you like. I don't necessarily like. I like playthroughs because I want to see at least a round or two. I want to see how the game feels in order to know. I This is the way I consumed content. This is how I knew if the game was for me or not. And when I started to do this, I said I want to do things in a way that or the way that is honest to myself. And this was the way this was the way that I wanted to consume content. Is this the way I want to do content? And I have seen what other people were doing, and I said, well, I'll try to do my own shtick. And I slowly started to do it, and since 2020, I've built this studio, which has in all, it's a seven, it has 7 cameras. I think a very good audio setup, and everything else that I needed. Slowly built a computer and so on, because I've been doing at the beginning. So until last year, so we were doing live streams on a computer that was 15 years old. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So Andrew, if you want something else about myself to tell you, I will do that. But I need some more specific questions. You can, if you can find my debut film, I think it's called The Dreams Merchant. It's a very long, because it's it's a long documentary. It's about 3 hours, which is made 80% out of photographs. But I think it's a film that that can be interesting to a lot of people. It's a motorcycle trip to Mongolia and back. So, but as I was saying, life. I This is the type of, yeah, the content I've enjoyed, and this is the type of, because like I said, I was doing a I had a computer which was 15 years old. I built in 2010, and I used it, and it still worked because it had a lot of gigs of RAM, DDR3, and it still works. Still works today. If I I would want um, uh, to edit HD, it couldn't do more, but HD it was editing fine. It was okay. Yeah, it worked, but it you have no ideas how many crazy things I needed to do with that, because it didn't have USB 3.0, and I needed to do a lot of things for it to work. And it didn't accept 2 cameras of the same type, 2 webcams of the same type. Yeah, it was crazy. And last year we finally managed to upgrade that also. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyways, um, um so live playthroughs, this is what we do. This is our bread and butter, and a few and top tens. We really like top tens. The hosts. I'm the, let's say, I am the one who started this. That's why it's Booghy Plays. I cannot change it. Booghy and D and Radu. It remains Booghy Plays, but it's not myself only now. Radu joined in 2021. And then we had few more people coming and going, but Radu stayed. And then the last one that we added was D. Um, and we kept it that way because it's a little bit simpler to do the reviews at the end. After we do the full playthrough, we do a full review at the end, and we talk the game from mechanisms and so on and so forth. Um, uh, I don't know what's the same board game YouTube content. No one is talking about mechanism designer. Uh, we do talk about mechanisms designers, artists, We um I wouldn't say I'm but I am a very old board gamer. I started playing board games, modern board games, in 2012, 2013, around this time, 2013. Um, 12, 12, I think. 12, I started playing Activity and some other dumber games. And Catan I think in 2013, I played for the first time. And uh, immediately I went um immediately I went to try to see, is there something else. I mean, I was not a fan of Catan from the beginning. I used to play chess because my father taught me. I was not very good at it because I need my imagination to be a little bit more tinkled with in order for me to be good at a game. I'm not good at abstract games. Um, and You'll see, you'll see. Thank you for subscribing. Um, Scripted. Oh, yeah. We'll go to scripted in a second to talk to you about what's scripted and what can be scripted and what cannot be scripted. Um, and what's script for myself. What was I saying? Because I was derailed a little bit. And yeah, I was talking about so it's us three because of the way we review games. And I am the heavy one from the group. Radu is the lighter one. D likes lighter games, but she also likes heavier games. She has her own tastes, and I think it works well as a three um, uh, as a dynamic. Radu with his own self-deprecating, D with her sorts of with. I think she can be really funny, and it's good. Uh, and I am the one that's uh, trying to keep everything going. I'm the one that does all the camera changing, that does everything behind the scenes, and I try. Usually, I am when it comes to the heavier games. Yeah, I try to because I'm more experienced. I try to play them as best as I can. Yes, she's the party. So yeah, um, you're always the party. Yeah. When it comes to going back to what are we here? Um, yeah, and when it comes to top tens, I started doing most of the top tens with Radu, and the chimes in, adds to certain top tens. She can come to the table, but she started playing games with myself. So she started, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, started to play games. She's a newer gamer, but she liked it. She liked it instantly, and um, there, of course, she likes certain games. She's not a as bigger fan of the heavier ones that as I am, but she's a trooper. She goes through it. But when it comes to top tens, yeah, because she doesn't have a lot of experience as myself and Radu have of playing a lot of games. Um, she doesn't really come to all the top tens. So when it comes to top tens, It's just usually just me and Radu, and from time to time we try to add um, other like co-hosts. For example, there are some top tens made with one or two, I think, with Johnny Pack Canteen. I try to add, if I can, some of the Johnny. I could quite call him a friend of this channel because he was here from the beginning. I see. I see. That's cool, but sure. You put tower up with bus. I don't think bus is the same weight as tower up. Um, about Cole Worley, I tried to do an interview with him, but I didn't manage. There are a lot of there are a lot of these interviews with designers. This is the other type of content that we do, and I was just because of the state I was in. I really also things that we need to do. I really didn't schedule any interviews, and I should because I have discussed some with at Essen with some interesting designers and illustrators. Sorry. So uh, uh, there's always interesting discussions to have with them. I have interviews with both the designers of Bus, Andrew, if you like Splotter games, and I think they're pretty interesting as yeah as interviews. And now I'll go. I'll look a bit at what you are saying, please, up about scripted. I I have, as you know, if you have watched. Oh, you're the only one. There are some which if you like Boss, I think you could play the Great Zimbabwe. Um, Game which we should play on stream at some point, also, but didn't have the time. I have a few spotters that I have and I like. Um, some really like, some I like less. So scripted. I'm not a huge fan of doing things scripted, but for everything that we do here, I have a structure. The way I try to teach a game, the way I try to the way we do the video is set up. It has a structure, and you can see that structure in the time markers. The way we I forgot how they're called when you time mark and you say this is the intro, this is, which I think are very good for people to jump from one to another. And the review is also structured. I highly yeah I cannot work in complete chaos. It's also structured. I have structured the way I do a review by doing reviews for so many years, and from time to time I still add a few. I add, and I have these. Let me see if I can find it. And I have always said, so this is these one, two, three, I think four files, four things that I look through when I do a review. And there are, this is the sixth thing that I have. I don't know if you can see, it's the sixth. Anyways, I have everything is structured. I always said that I really need to put these on a but on a word. But I I come from an era when I wrote with pen and paper, and I still write. I like writing with pen and paper. Even when I write something for myself, I try. Sometimes I end up writing it on paper, and then adding it in final draft. Um, yeah, I still like writing with pen and paper. That is, yeah. Oh, yeah, and yeah, this is when it's come to scripting. I'm not a huge fan of scripting. I like to go freely, but there are people who are afraid to speak freely, and I understand why they want to have a script and follow a script. I am more okay. Let's have a script, a structure, and then let's improvise a little bit. And I liked, for example, for yes, we did stream Snowdonia, Andrew. We did stream Snowdonia when it was on Kickstarter a few months ago, probably. Yes, we did a two-player playthrough of Snowdonia. We would have preferred. I would have preferred to do a three-player because I like that game three-player more than I like it two. But Radu it was supposed to come on, and then he just said, I can't do it anymore. And I said, okay, I've scheduled it. Let's do it, still do it. And we ended up doing it as a two-player. But yes, I did Snowdonia. Snowdonia is in my top 20 of all time. Hello, Turtle NG. Look underwear. Where should I look? Because I don't know where to look. Your first time here? So, um, yeah. That so. mm, Hello. Why did you erase the message, Turtle? Turtle. Have you seen? There is a. There was a series about a TV star or something, a movie star, so on. I forgot its name. And there was a character which was called Turtle, and they made fun of him because I think he was fat and then he lost weight or something. I forgot the name of the series. It was a long time ago, over 10 years ago, over 12 years ago, I think it was. Um, with There was a character, Ari Gold, which was really funny, played by I forgot. Doesn't matter. So yeah, Snowdonia is we did a playthrough when it was on Kickstarter, and this is it is one of my favorite worker placement games. Great game. It's really fun, simple to play, simple to understand. Um, yeah, yeah, um, yeah. So this is what I can say. If Andrew, if I have answered your questions about myself, hopefully, yeah, that subscribe was well worth it. I think it is worth it. I think we're doing some good things here, but we're hard to find because the algorithm really does not. Probably sometimes because of the engagement, sometimes because I don't know why, but the algorithm is made in a way that it promotes. Um, it doesn't really promote channels with lower subscribing list. D, are you still there? We still fine? So, um, I have a question for you though. Who is there? Who are there? Sorry, for you who are there. Um, Do you still if you are older gamers, how do you keep your passion for gaming? Especially if you are, I don't know, older gamers. Maybe some of you are. How do you still keep lit up that passion for playing games and for going for newer games? Oops, I spilled some tea on myself. Sorry. If you are there. Oopsie, I think people are going. Well, if I don't know, are things still there? Well, I don't know. They, or at least doesn't appear to me. Uh, am I with you guys? Am I still there? Things have not disappeared, right? Ah, okay. Thank you, D. I was scared I have disappeared. I have some things here, but no. Nah, seems to be okay. Thank you. I'm still here. Okay. Yeah. How many games do you have in your collection, Andrew? If you have 25 to 100 plays plus on many games, that's cool. You are really discovering games. Well, if you are playing lighter ones, one, two, that means an eight store cups. An eight. How are these called? So, are you having around, I don't know, 30, 40 games? Do you, how many, 50, 50-ish? Pretty good. And do you have older one? You're an older gamer or a newer gamer? Have you been playing for, I don't know, a few years or more? And by the way, where are you in Canada? Oh, Canada. Over 10 years. Oh, so, and you have Ontario. Uh-huh. Cool. So that Ontario is on the east coast, right? Ontario is British Columbia. Is BC or is the other side? Not the coast. Yeah, it's not on coast. Yeah, Ontario is not on coast. Yeah, that's true. But I was thinking it's on which side is. I think I have a YouTuber that I follow that I think was based in Ontario at some point and then changed, went to Toronto. Um, it's Fortnite. I think it should it's in Canada. Is it big enough in Canada? He's a motorcycle guy who does motorcycle reviews and not only reviews, a lot of things. Uh, and yeah, I think he was in Ontario at some point, and I think he moved on the other coast. Oh, okay. So Toronto is on Ontario. Okay. Oh, cool. So he moves from the other. Anyways, we have a Romanian designer, which is Adriana Damescu, who lives. I think he lives near Toronto also. Who the designer who did Sagrada? He lives around, I think, in Toronto or around Toronto, something like that. Yeah. So probably, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly where he lives, but I know he lives in around or either in Toronto or around Toronto. Um, and yeah, so so you've been playing for over 10 years. If you're playing for over 10 years, you could have had a collection which is way bigger. How do you, when you're buying a new grade? Uh huh. You bought Sagrada. I guess you live so close. um, if he sees this, yeah. Ma, how do you manage to keep your collection at 50-ish games? Do you also sell them? Ah, cool. You give them away to I don't know, charities or things like that, or just friends, things like that. Games which you don't, I suppose you didn't like or you don't want to play anymore. Uh-huh. Cool. Yeah. You're yeah. What do you, have you make have you made your coworkers board gamers? Uh, I suppose you don't buy a lot. If in 10 years you only have 50 games, 50-ish games, most likely you don't buy a lot. Yeah, but that's cool. If you have 50 games and you have played, and most of them you have played it 25 100 times, I think it's you got your investment back. And sometimes it's nice to, it's so good, feels so good to play a game multiple times and just discover it, and see all the things that it has to offer you. And if there is one thing that I miss from the time that I was not doing this almost as a job, is that fact that I was just pulling a we were uh, uh, I was with my ex-wife. We just pull out the game and just play it, and so on. Oh yeah. Where is V to talk about the wife? I don't know what happened to V. We had a someone from the US, and he was a viewer. I don't know where he disappeared. Um, he also was speaking about spending too much money on games. I don't know where. Hope Trump did. He was from originally from Russia, and I hope Trump didn't do anything bad to him, because since December we don't know a lot about him. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, spending too much money on games might make the wife unhappy. But does she like playing games with you? That's another thing. There are gamers and there are Sometimes I've heard of these couples who do not enjoy playing games together, and I don't know what I would do if Dee would not like playing games with me. I mean, probably I would end up not playing a lot. Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, Patchwork is a game that Dee likes a lot too. But she would also play a meteor one if it's necessary. But she does like that Patchwork and the that what was that one, Forest Shuffle, and some card games she really likes. There are some board games also which she likes. Um, Meteor ones, but Patchwork is her favorite. Is the favorite. Oh, see. Well, I've heard this a lot. Whenever some of the viewers of the channel end up, telling about their families, they all say that one of their children likes playing games, and Star Realms is a game that I've heard a lot being played with younger ones. Because Radu is a big fan. I don't know. I think also of Star Realms. He's a big fan of Star Realms because it's really fast and you can play it. You can play it easily. It's yeah. It's a deck builder, right? I've never played Star Realms or Hero Realms for that fact. Um, no, I was not a fan of huge. Yeah, and it was a game that just never hit us. Head-to-head deck builder. Yeah, 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 yeah. I have received. It was localized here in Romania. A Also a head-to-head game, unmatched. It was localized, and I have received one of them, and we need to play it on the Romanian channel. I still have a Romanian channel, and we need to play it because that was the last game that I have received, and we need to play it. Radu is a big fan of that one. Maybe you have played that one too. Yep. So yeah, this was, if somebody else have a question, I will answer it. If not, I think I'm gonna slowly close it. Um, yeah, the main thing is, yeah, the main thing why I did this was because I wanted to talk about that video that I saw about the fake views and how you can, in the end, trick a lot of people by telling them you have a lot of views, and in the end, yeah, getting the games that you want to get and getting the attention that you want to get. Not a fan um of that, but yeah, props to Rodney Smith for exposing that, and count on Canadians to do it in the end. um, to expose people who are trying to cheat. We are not going. We I am happy with my, I don't know, 100, 200, 300, depends on the video, views for people that I think really want to see what we are offering. Yeah. So tomorrow night we're gonna do a playthrough again. I don't know exactly. Probably we'll go for a new power grid map. Um, or a Concordia map, one of these two, because we don't have time to play a new game in order to put it on. So we're going to go to some of the games that we have a series of, and those are Age of Steam, Concordia, and Power Grid. So we did an Age of Steam a week or two ago, I think, 2 weeks ago. So we're gonna go probably for a Power Grid map, and then 1 week is going to be off, and then we'll come back and play hopefully some new games. Hopefully we'll be able, I don't know, I'll have to get in touch. Hopefully we'll be able to do a Voidfall with the expansion. If I know that one of the developers is living in Romania and he might have an expansion. If he has it, we're gonna do while the campaign is on, we're going to do a Voidfall. Hopefully, if he has an expansion here, hopefully with the expansion. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but I'm gonna try to make it happen. And that's we're until at least until we finish all of the games that we have taken from Essen this year and last year. We still have 2 or 3 games from last year, and also we need to do the playthrough for. We still have War of the Ring that we need to do a playthrough of. After we finish that, we're gonna have to see if yeah, we can continue to do this or not. Until then, though, until next time, until tomorrow, I will tell you what it says there. It says in Romanian, but I'll translate it. It says play a lot, play loads, as you say. But no, first I'll say this. I want to thank anyone who came and watched live. I'm a bit tired. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here. I'll thank anyone who'll come and watch it after the fact. Thank you, Andrew and Fleazap and D for being with us. And there was someone, the Turtle NG. Thank you for your retracted message. And anyone else who came and watched but did not say anything. I want to thank them. I want to thank my patrons. They're not a lot. They're not too many, but thank you guys for supporting us. And until next time, which is tomorrow, say what it says there. Play a lot, play loads, as you would say. Have fun, and bye-bye, fine folks, wherever in the world you are. Oh, I have to take the monkey. Sorry. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe.